Hey everybody, my name's Ibby and this is Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer with Shadow of Mirkwood. This is episode 22. So this is like a recorded over voiceover because something weird happened to my audio. If you didn't check my Twitter yesterday, I wrote about it. So I'll talk over what I did in the episode because I remember it quite well because I had some bad luck with some saves. So basically, like I did something wrong with like the save over. I saved over like an autosave, and then I played with dwarves, and then it like sort of overwrites, and I lost like all of the time I did in this episode. So basically, I had to recreate it, and with a couple of differences, being that if you look carefully down here, our army's not here. And that big army we saw last time is sitting near Edoras. So the reason for that was because of deciding, like, instead of taking my army out from Edoras to that city and to fight that army, I went south because Aldberg was just sitting there and Hornburg had been sieged this time, so it was a lot easier. So I was like, maybe I can draw this army out, and I can take some more settlements during that time. So that's what I did. So I'm sieging Aldberg. I sieged it for like one turn. As you can see over here, there are like two big armies. Well, a big army and a semi-big army, and then there's also another one coming down. That's another large army. You'll see that later on. So yeah, I'm basically preparing myself for a defense there because it's gonna be a painful battle and it's gonna hurt a lot. So Khazad-dûm, we've got people sitting out because Bree's getting really powerful for their breaches, and they're starting to like attack different factions and stuff like that, which is not really good. I need to be careful with what Bree do. Hopefully they won't go nuts and start taking over tons of places. But basically in this episode I'm going to fight this battle here because it's like a really decent fight. As you can see here, I've got like the autosave, so I save over the autosave. But hopefully I learned my lesson after this. I don't know if I did. I think I made another error. No, I didn't. That's fine. So it's just a really easy fight, but I wanted to just fight it out, just so I had like to keep as much men in his army as I can, because as you know, like I never really like to resupply my men very well, especially not in this campaign because I don't have the funds currently. So my armies do very well because I make them go out and fight for a long time, and so they gain a lot of experience. I need to find some way to get like an armorer or some sort of like plate mail for my units to make them last a lot longer, because the evil factions in this game have some really good balanced units, but they're also kind of like their normal regular units are quite weak because that's what they are. Orcs are not really that powerful compared to a man or an elf or a dwarf, or even like compared to some of their more elite units like an Urukai, for example. Treat Urukai more like men, I guess, like a mixture of men and elf. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna attack them here. There's just some rabble on the wall. It's not really too much, and then they've got some Yorling swordsmen. I've been playing around with like. It took me a long time to figure this out because I didn't play for a long time, so I basically forgot a whole bunch of things. When you assault a keep or city or castle, they always have like these turrets, either ballista or archer turrets, and they'll like fire at you as like a unit would, and they're quite deadly because they're quite accurate. And they only stop firing when you take over the gateway, and you kill all the units on top. So like if you take a gateway and there are still like men sitting on the top walls, you won't have taken it over, and so you need to be careful with that, and you need to realize that when you're assaulting a place like this, that you're gonna take losses from these archer fires. So like if you're defending, that's why I love to defend places, because it's really easy. If you can bottle them into like this choke point, your turrets do a lot of damage, actually, a lot more damage than you think, especially in this game. In Shogun 2 it's a little bit different as well, but anyway, so we're like going on, we're attacking the walls. These are just like rabble, so I'm kind of thinking to myself like, this one unit will do. If you look carefully, I actually misplaced one of my units. There's like a good unit of orcs sitting in the back with some ladders just chilling, so they're gonna be there for a while, I'm afraid. They can't do anything. And I'm just getting my men ready to run in. Like, at this point, I'm not really scared about my generals. Like, they can die easily to certain things, but they're an amazing unit to have. And as he said, I love using cavalry, so... My campaigns are going quite well currently. They're, both of them have had twists to them, so make sure you watch the next couple of episodes, because they'll probably be quite pivotal points in the campaigns for both the dwarves and the Shadow of Mirkwood. But I won't give anything away in this episode. Just pay attention to what happens in the future episodes, because they really matter. More so in the dwarven campaign, because some things happened in that one. So yeah, I sped it up here. We're just gonna attack the gateway. As you can see, our Camel's Shadow Guard. I don't know, because they're not wraiths. They're not all ring wraiths. Just one. So we're attacking the gate, and they're just some skirmish cavalry. So the problem with the skirmish cavalry is, and the same with any arch unit. Normally, when you attack an arch unit, if they're in a long line from the front, they'll still fire at you. So especially when it turns into a unit like, as you can see here, skirmishers with javelins, they can kill you. They can kill a lot of your men. So I'm gonna drag my men through them, which is a technique that you can use in this game, because in this game, the way the units are programmed to fight is they'll sort of spread out when they fight, and sometimes that's really not good, because you want as much damage, you want as much surface tension, so you want to surface area, same sort of thing. So you kind of want to bring your units through them, because when you do that, then you can hit them with more men, and it can do a lot more damage. As you can see, that cavalry won't last much longer now. So that's a quick tip there, I guess. Also, I need to apologize again for some of the weird mistakes I've been making. I finally realized my my men had ladders. I was like, oh well. So my thumbnails have been a little bit off. It's because I'm back studying now, so sometimes you'll get late recordings, but I'm still quite enthusiastic to do it, which I wasn't the last time. So you're still getting episodes almost every day. I think every day you'll get an episode. I really want to finish this campaign fast so I can start the new campaigns on the new version of 1.5. I might do another installation guide video, because things have changed since the last time I posted my video. As you can tell over time, installing Third Age is different, especially for Divide and Conquer. There's a new patch, 0.52, but 0.51 is also being made, and I have no idea when that's coming out. As you can see now, I've got my pikes ready, because their bodyguards are here, and I think that's about it. Yeah, nobody else is here. So this was kind of a long fight for what it was. I don't think it really needed to be that long, but it was. The sun's doing some weird things. Basically, I'm just trying to counter these rabble on both sides. As you can see, you can hear the gateway still firing those arrows from the turrets. Even though we've pretty much taken the gateway, it's just because there's men on the wall. So that's why men on the wall is always something quite good to have if you're defending and keep. They're almost dead. I think they've actually routed. Yeah. As you can see, I think the way chevrons work as well, I'm not too certain, but it's based on kills to death that your unit does. Because I can especially remember getting chevrons when a unit's routing and your unit just sort of clobbers them up. But I think the chevron relates to how many men you lose as well. So normally troops my my normal ground troops, because they've not got much armor, they die quite frequently, and thus they don't get as many chevrons compared to, like, say, my archers or my general. That's the reason why my general got probably the most chevrons, because they kill the most without taking any casualties. So, and I really need some high-level troops. Okay, these guys are dead. As you can see, they're kind of just sort of like giving up now. We've lost a good part of our men, of our men, so our fights still have quite a lot of risk. We're not like a dwarven army or a Gondor army or an elven army even. It's probably the most or least deaths come from an elven army. So unfortunately we still take some losses, but minimizing them as much as I can, just because I want this army to be good. I have to keep this army down south though, because I don't want Rohan to get in the way, and I really need to I need to sort of free Isengard from the Rohan area, and then once Rohan is taken down, I can start to like curve around and attack Bree, because I think Bree is a very, very, very successful faction, as you'll see in my Dwarven Let's Play, and they do a lot of damage. And they have a lot of really cool heroes, and they have no enemies to fight because, yeah, they like just don't have any enemies to fight. So we're almost there.
Continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I think I just got bored here. Sped it up because we've got 3 minutes on the clock. We'll pretty much get them now. That's a nice cool banner. There we go. And there we go. So we lost 254 men. Actually, it's not that much for an orc army, but we're under 1,000 men now, and I don't like that. It's kind of like I feel really weak. Weak, but not weak. I like being the underdog in these situations because it's good when an army thinks that they can defeat you, and then you sort of like be like, nope.
Get ready for fighting.
So yeah, like because this army's here now, I'm gonna not build a barracks. I can't recruit anyone, but it's nice to have. Aldberg is a good place for getting money, and I think I'm starting to gain a lot of cash from my buildings. Like my economy's getting a little bit better. I'm taking a little bit more care of it, so it's getting a much better. These guys are doing fine. Just gonna get some trolls here and stuff like that. I'm gonna take this army out, which is not a really good idea because that leaves me vulnerable to Bree. Bree can come and attack, but I create some pikes and such.
Come on, pick your feet up.
And really now my next concern is probably Dale. Dale is a real issue because I don't know how they have the funds to send out like that much men. Like that's a big army. Like I can't even see like most of its units. But I can tell it's a big army. Like look at it. And they've got some really good units in there. So I'm creating some trolls, I'm retraining the rest of my men, and we're gonna go and fight them. As you can see here, we're basically killing any heroes that we can. Because if we can kill these heroes, then we can basically stop them from building big armies. Like, generals are probably the most annoying and irritating thing in this game. Like, even horse generals are hard to kill. You can't, like...
Come and get me, you... Ready.
You can't take them down easily. Even with pike unit. Like, a pike unit against a bodyguard unit, I don't know toe-to-toe if the unit can survive. I do know a faction leader could probably survive that horse, because they've got about 60 men, as in like in a troop form. As you can see here, because I've got the funds now, I'm looking into alternative sources of funding my armies. The good thing compared to other factions, which makes us balanced in terms of economy wise for units, is that apart from maybe the bigger units like trolls and high-end units, our men are quite cheap and they're quite effective for what they are. So like if you compare that to like a an elven army. I've never played as elves. I'll need to play as elves at some point. Elves would be, but the thing with elves is they'd be super easy. It would be like domination from the start. I would just like my archers to just destroy everything. But I don't know what good elven army to play would be. Maybe high elves perhaps. High elves. Oh, here we go. So we're being attacked by this big army now. So this is like a big no-no point. And I'm like, oh crap. But I can see what they've got. As you can see, they've got 2 armored halberd units and 1 Dale swordsman.
We have a word for you.
What trade agreement? I forgot about that. I accept it, obviously, because
You'll accept?
it's
Excellent.
trade agreements. It's more money.
A pleasure, noble sire.
And Selberg is rioting because there's no one there, but it's okay. There we go. So just put our men back inside, turn the attacks down a little bit, and they're green again. So we need to get culture going there.
I respect you,
Legolas
my
appeared.
enemy.
Legolas would be an amazing
only to
character
fight
to
thee,
kill, because
not
heroes
to
don't
banter.
respawn in this game. So has anyone of noble note died yet, apart from maybe well, a Balrog? No, that's a different campaign. The elves, any of the elves? Some of the elves have died, I think.
Listen up. No sleeping here.
And there's another army in our
It will
way.
be an honor defeating you.
So, if I
Let us
remember
settle
correctly,
matters
this
on the
army
field
didn't
of
really do
battle.
that much. They didn't attack us. They could have attacked us, but they didn't for some reason. And I think it's because their forces were needed elsewhere. As you can see, Hornburg's gonna be taken down soon. And that's not good because their faction leader's there, and we don't want that to happen. King of Rohan is in there. This army is still coming down the way, and I'll learn to regret that soon.
It will be
as
an
you'll see.
honor defeating you. Let us get ready for fighting.
What's going on? Gondorian army.
No sleeping here. Orcs.
Okay.
Got a plan in mind.
Pretty much, I'm just talking about basically what I'm going to be doing in the next part, because now that we've sort of taken this area and we've got a huge force coming down to the bottom, I don't know whether I'm going to reinforce them or come back up or what. Elves are a big problem. They do a lot of damage.
Ready.
Death or destruction,
And
Kaiser. And the right target is death or destruction, Kaiser.
These Dalesmen are pretty easy. They're pretty weak, but there's just so many of them, so it's gonna be annoying to try and fight them. Hopefully we can do that, but I'm gonna sort my men out, retrain them, and do everything like that. And the turn. Save it just in case it crashes. As sometimes it does. Sometimes I've had to like replay my thing down a different route.
They're attacking the camp.
And we're attacked by Khazad-dûm. At Khazad-dûm by Breland and Shire. Like sometimes I'll play a specific way. I'll like attack or do something just like normally, like you'd normally play the game. And because this is such an earlier like version of Divide and Conquer, sometimes the save just crashes and I have to go back, and it's kind of like it's not been happening recently, but it's happened a couple of times for both factions, so I know there's issues. I think balance-wise at the game right now, I'm in a really old version where it's not very balanced yet. I think the new version is much more balanced from what I've seen. I can't wait to try a campaign out with the new features of points. Uh-oh. Yeah, so that army's marching back to Rohan, as you can see. They didn't attack Edoras. Prince Legolas is going away. And that's about it. So I'm just getting my men ready. And I know that next turn I'll need to fight this army. I'll spoil it for you here because I don't really need to. I made a mistake, and after this, as you can see, I was saving from my autosave, like you can see it. After this fight, I was just like, okay, well, how tough is this army? And I clicked like auto resolve, and I won. And we lost quite a lot of men, and then that was it. But then when I went to reload, because it was at the end of a turn, as you can see here, it auto saved over that. So I was like, crap, I couldn't. So you won't see this fight, but the next episode is a pivotal episode for Shadow of Mirkwood, and it is a massive fight with a lot of killing, a lot of death, and a lot of carnage. That was a battle to watch. So tune in next time. Try and watch that. Also, the next episode of the Dwarven campaign will be messy as well. So watch that, and that's everything. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. I don't know when I stop recording. Probably now.